Welcome, 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 welcome to the Rap Jux podcast. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Rap Jux podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, what's good? What's happening? What's popping? What's cracking? It's your boy Prophet, host of the Rap Jux podcast, coming at you again. This time it's the official album review for Snoop Dogg's Missionary album, produced by Dr. Dre. For those of you who are new to the channel, I usually give my rap on music, politics, gossip, things in hip hop, and just about any other thing. And I also do music reviews. And for those of you who've been rocking with me for a minute, what's Zam? All right, so this is the official album review for Snoop Dogg's Missionary album. And the album was released on December 13th, Friday the 13th to be exact, 2024. And it features 16 tracks with an intro. I guess it's already the intro. Track called Foreplay. Snoop doesn't rap on that album. On that joint at all. But wanted to give you guys the official breakdown of album review of what I thought about the album, and I'm going to just break it down track by track. So here we go. So I didn't rate the first song, Foreplay, and it features someone called BJ, the Chicago Kid. He's a singer, and I only can imagine that if Nate Dogg was alive, that would be Nate Dogg on that album, on these tracks. But he's featured throughout the album. So I didn't rate that song. Snoop doesn't rap on it. It's a very, very short song, probably like 1 minute plus. Track number 2 is when the album really kicks off. It's a song called Shangri-La. And this is how I break down the tracks. I break down each track, and then I add up all the tracks and divide it by the number of songs to give you a cumulative number at the end. And I will tell you what these ratings are. So I break down each track by production, lyrics, conceptuality, replay value, and flow. Each one of those things are given an actual number, so to say, 1 through 5. It's kind of arbitrary, but it's also I'm listening to different things. Like for instance, for production, I listen to how sonically how it sounds, the quality, live instrumentation, movability, effort, lyrics, cleverness, entendres, metaphors, wittiness, so on and so forth. I'm going to do a separate video on about how I do my album reviews, and then once I finish, the albums are given they're rated either a 1, which is don't quit your day job, a 2, which is poor thing, keep trying, a 3, which is in my rotation, replayable, a 4, which is rated that's my ish, and a 5 is instant classic. If your album falls somewhere like I grade up, so if you have a 4.5, then that's I grade up to instant classic. If it's a 4.2, then that's my ish. So that's how I do it. So let's get into it. And then be on the lookout for the video basically breaking down how I do my album review. So song track number 2, Shangri-La. Overall, I give it a 3.6. Production was a 4.5. And it would have been a 5, but Dre used an already classic hip hop sample, De La Soul's Stakes is High track. So that's why I kind of then took off 0.5 points on that track. It's a good track, but maybe it was something that Snoop always wanted to rap over, or Dre just wanted to produce. Lyrics was I think that was a 3 I gave it. Conceptuality was 3.5, based on Shangri-La, meaning, based on the meaning of the lyrics, I just can see the correlation. Replay value, I give it a 4. It's only 1.38 minutes long, and flow was 3. It was performed well, but Snoop didn't write these lyrics. From the track listings I've seen, and that's kind of like a theme throughout the album. He from the listings and the writers on these songs, Snoop only wrote on like 2 or 3 songs. All right, so 3.6 overall for Shangri-La. Track number 3, Out of the Blue, was a 4.2, and I give a 5 for production. I give a 4 for lyrics. I give a 3.5 for conceptuality, 4.5 for replay value, and a 4 for flow. Track number 4, Hard Knocks, one of my favorite tracks on the joint. I give a 5 for the track, man. One of the best. I mean, Dre did his thing on this one. There's a couple of 2 tracks really in one. It's a change up, and I rate each track. So that came out to 5. Lyrics a 5. Conceptuality 4.5. Replay value definitely a 5. And flow was a 4.5. This track overall was a 4.8. Then we have track 5, Gorgeous, featuring Jhené Aiko. This was a 3.5 overall. 4 for production. Lyrics 3.5. Conceptuality 3.5. Replay value 3.5. Flow was a 3. Again, Snoop didn't write this song based on the track listings and information I found. Maybe I could be wrong. Track 6, Last Dance with Mary Jane. This track features Tom Petty and Jelly Roll. I think this is the original Tom Petty joint song that he did, and so it's a do-over, a remake by Dre and Snoop. I gave this a 3.9, 4 for production. Lyrics was a 3.5. Conceptuality was 4.5. Replay value was a 4. And again, 3.5 overall. For flow, again, Snoop did not write something like this. And I find that very strange that Snoop didn't write a song about marijuana when that's his thing. But again, let's keep it moving. The Thank You track, one of my favorite tracks as well. This was, and the Last Dance with Mary Jane is a 3.9 overall. Thank You is a 4. Production was a 4. Lyrics was a 3.5. Conceptuality was a 4. Replay value was a 4.5. And flow was a 4. Overall, it was a 4. Next track on the list was Pressure. Track number 8 was a 4 overall. Production was a 5. Lyrics 3.5. Conceptuality 3.5. Replay value was a 4. And the flow definitely was a 4. Snoop's delivery on this was vintage Snoop. Again, would have been a little bit higher, maybe 4.5, had he wrote the lyrics himself. So you got to take off something for that, because it's actually someone else's flow. He's just using a reference track and flowing the lyrics and flow of someone else. So, but he delivered it well, and I hope that I'm wrong. I hope I got the wrong information about this. But from what I'm finding and reading, he didn't write this one as well. 4 overall. Track number 9, Another Part of Me, featuring Sting. This is a 3.6. Production of 4. Lyrics of 3. Conceptuality of 3. Replay value of 4.5. I really like the song. And flow overall was a 3.5. Sting actually kind of flowed on this himself, with also playing live, the guitar, and that really helped this track. And Dre did his thing as usual. 3.6 overall. Track number 10, Skyscrapers, featuring Method Man and someone named Smitty. Overall 3.9. Production was a 4. Lyrics I rated Method Man and Snoop's lyrics. Um, Overall, it was a 3.75. I'm not gonna say who carried the other. It's for you to judge and listen to. I added them up, 3.75, and divided them by 2. Um, Conceptuality was a 3.5. Replay value was a 4.5. And then again, flow, I had to do the same thing, 3.75, added them up. So overall, that was a 3.9. That's track number 10, Skyscrapers. Then we go to track number 11, Fire. Overall, 4.5, one of my favorite on the joint. Production was a 5. Lyrics was a 5. Conceptuality was lyrics was a 4. I'm sorry. Conceptuality was a 4. Replay was a 5. Flow again, 4.5. Could have been a 5, but it was ghost written, so I had to take something off for that. Track number 12, Guns and Smoke, featuring 50 Cent and Eminem. Overall, going back to Fire, it was a 4.5. Track number 12, Guns and Smoke, featuring 50 Cent and Eminem's 3.92 overall. Production was a 4.5. Again, for lyrics, I rated each MC's flow and added them up and divided them by 3.6. Conceptuality 3.5. Replay value was a 4. Flow, same thing. Adding them up divided by 3 was a 4 for an overall 3.92. Track number 13, Sticky Situation. In Sticky Situation, features someone named Khan, Kaan, Kane. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And Coco Sarai. Again, the beat that there's a couple of tracks that does a beat change. So again, each track was judged and rated. Give it overall 3.75. Lyrics 3.5. Conceptuality 3. Replay value 3. And flow was a 3.5 for a total of 3.35. All right, we're getting down to the end. We got track 14, Now or Never. This was another one of my favorite joints on the album. Overall, it is a 4.55. Production was a 5. Lyrics was a 4.5. Conceptuality was a 4. Replay value was a 5. And then again, Now or Never, Dre also rapped on it. I gave it a 4.25 for flow. And then Gangsta Pose, track 15, 4.3 altogether. Beat change, in both beats, it was a 5. Lyrics was a 4. Conceptuality was a 4. Replay was a 4.5. Flow was a 4, totaling 4.3. And the final joint was a Negotiator, and the production was a 4. The lyrics was a 3.5. Conceptuality was 3.5. Replay value was 3.5. And flow would have been a 4, but I had to give it a 3.5 because it was ghost written as well, for a total of 3.6. If you add up all of the album numbers and divide them by 15, you get a total of 3.98, thus making this album rated a 4 for That's My Ish. So it's not an instant classic, but it is That's My Ish. It's a 4 out of 5. I think that 3.98 is a nice number in this day and age of hip hop. And to say that Dre hasn't really produced anything in a long time, I think he did his thing. I think Snoop, on the songs he did right, he did well, and on the songs he didn't write, he performed them and flowed them well. overall, sonically, this is a good sounding album, something that you can play over and over again. And I think it's going to grow legs and grow on people eventually. And we look back at this album 5 years, 10 years from now, we're going to probably consider it a classic. As of today, it is that's my ish. So it's not an instant classic yet. It's not a 5. It's a 4 out of 5. Think it's something that you all can put in your ride and listen to, because the production is top notch. Yeah, 4 out of 5. And yeah, 3.98. Round it up to a 4. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on Snoop's Missionary album, produced by Dr. Dre. Leave a comment for sure. Of course, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop the next album review. I think I'm gonna do either Kendrick's GNX or I don't know. Y'all just wait. I don't know which one I'm gonna do next. But I had to jump on this. And Redman this job dropped a new joint, that Muddy Waters 2, TOO 2. Could be that. But just be on the lookout for the next joint album review. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Snoop Dogg's Missionary album, a 4 out of 5, 3.98 to be exact. Rated a that's my ish on a rating scale. And also be on the lookout for how I rate these albums. I'm gonna do a quick rating video just so you guys can know. And until the next time, peace.